Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Gaming Night. This video is going to be a response from Max Mardi's uh, memorable gaming moments, I think it is. Or share a memorable game moment. Originally, I think, posted by Mark Vergeer. And I had to do some thought, and I have it narrowed down to 3. Because each one of these comes at a different point in the timeline of what I'm going to talk about. So first thing is, this one goes back into high school. Back in high school, some of you guys know that there were different cliques and groups that you were all in. And like, you'd have the band people in one area, the cool people in another, the outcasts in one, the jocks all together, and so forth and so forth. Well, by the time a remarkable game that was not like anything that anyone I've ever seen came out, people that played games, no matter what clique you were in, all got together to help each other and discuss their adventures they were having. And I was a little behind, a little bit, but I did end up getting the said game that everybody had. I just was a little bit behind. And we all got together and helped one another and shared the adventures. And one of the things was, and I'm going to get to the point here, what game it is in just a moment. But what made this game really unique was that it came with a map, and the map wasn't fully completed. It had some blank spots in it, and that's where, you had to, have either a photographic memory or take time and pause your game and kind of give a best map that you could possibly give at the time. So, what game am I talking about? None other than the original Zelda. And that game had a lot of good things about it. I mean, the way you had to defeat certain enemies, you had to use a whole bunch of different techniques. And not only that, it had a lot of hidden things in it. And but one of the trickiest ones I've had was my friend told me was there's a you could burn certain bushes and stuff like that, and at the time I didn't know anything about that doing that. You could actually go and burn certain bushes and stuff like that, and I found that there's a one particular bush. I think it's I don't remember where it's at, but the thing was, it's a secret to everybody, and that's very noteworthy quote. That and they even made a reference to that in 3D Games Heroes to show how memorable that statement is. So, and then other times you'd find a hidden thing and it would take money away from you or something like that too. But that's one of them, because everyone, for one time, everybody got together, helped one another. So that was a really good memory, just sharing strategies, tips, secrets, and it was, one of those great moments you just, you never forget. Another one was in the arcade, and this game, basically, the track mode alone drew a lot of attention, and still today is one of my favorites for the arcades. I own it on multiple platforms. I own it on a DVD format. I own it on the PS2, and I also own it on the PS3. That game is Dragon's Lair, and yes, it may not be the most interactive game out there, but it's very innovative at the time, and it's just a lot of fun to play. I mean, it's was one of the first, and it spawned many interactive games of its type. I think Cliffhanger was one of them. There was Time Gal. then and it wasn't just, and they also had that Brain Dead 13. So it had a lot of following, and Dragon's Lair was the one of the best. Second one was okay, but I think the best one is the original because um, it was kind of somewhat random, like if like you're in a sense, but um, Dragon's Lair 2 followed a storyline, and what hurt I think was very frustrating with Dragon's Lair 2 was you had to collect all these items in order to get to the final level early. Otherwise, you can't do it. So, for some people, that was kind of disappointing because you did all that work and then find out that you needed to collect all the hidden treasures to beat the game. So they had to go back and spend more money to find all the hidden items. And the last one that came, this one I was in college, and we me and my friends, we all got this same game system. Didn't realize we did. We all bought the PS1, and we all bought Final Fantasy VII. But one of the most memorable scenes from Final Fantasy VII, spoiler alert, was when Eris died. That was just like one of the most depressing moments in gaming history. That because normally you play games, you rarely see a main character just die. Usually they come back, and it was so different than in most games that there spawned many rumors of things you could do to bring her back to life. But of course, those are all rumors, and you can't bring her back. And the other thing that was really depressing was I spent a lot of time building the character up, and then when you find out that she actually died, no matter what you did, it just sucks. But it's one of those moments where you literally put down the controller, and even guys that normally wouldn't cry, I have cried. I mean, my one friend that never really cried over stuff like games and stuff, that was like one integral moment that he actually did cry, and I mean, I admit I did too. It was the music and everything, it just was one of those very memorable scenes in the game. And yeah, each of them, I beat every game that I mentioned, and they all had a lot of memorable things. And beating the dragon and Dragon's Lair 2 was like the utmost memorable thing because that was very hard to do, especially in arcade. The arcade, oh man, it was forgiving because you had to keep pumping cores. And I thank the consoles for bringing it back, because there would be no way I could afford to pay my way to beat an actual that game. At 50 cents a pop to start and then a quarter to continue, yeah, it's pretty expensive. So hopefully the video wasn't too long. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.